And coming to you live from Purakiki, Solomon Islands. We are here with the new ESL Fueled by Dare number 4. I'm your host, Yaku of the Zaku, and with me today I have El Hombre del Pueblo himself, Light_VIP. How we doing, Light?
What's up, man? It's been a while, and this is the first time that we're gonna have our new overlays. I have a mic that you should be able to hear me. I shouldn't be cutting out, mate. It's a brand new one.
And I have a new water bottle.
All right. it's great.
Moving past.
Let's get into this.
Right, here we are. We are going to jump into our first map. It is, as we all know, in the ANZ region, most famous for ZvZs. And why would we deprive you of that that you came for today? But it's a little bit of a regional rivalry here. We've got ZvZ, the Australian, versus MightyKiwi, the New Zealander. How's that going to work out? And speaking of the New Zealander, here he is over here. And in the top right-hand corner map, starting in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire, L-E-E-L-E, Ile, otherwise known as Electric Endangerment Lifts Eric. That's what it is. In the top right-hand corner map, we have the Teal'c, gonna be representing Mind Freaks SC, or simply just Mind Freaks, as well as the land of New Zealand. It is MightyKiwi.
And we have our fanfares back. I know a lot of people have been asking.
Good, man.
I've been asking for it. It feels so empty without
amazing,
it.
Man.
I can't even hear it, but knowing it's there is beautiful. And in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have currently teamless, but sponsored by OSC Elite. It is the Australian Zerg, ZvZ.
And ZvZ is being very vivid here with I was gonna be playing this out.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people like are expecting a lot out of MightyKiwi. You know, he's recently come back. He's been competing in a lot of online tournaments since then. He's been laddering a lot, streaming a lot. So he's definitely a player that we want to keep our eyes on. But like at the same time, one of the reasons why I wanted to go for this series specifically is that ZvZ, even though he's kind of consistently been like in the scene kind of mid-tier, like he can still take series off of the best. Like a couple of weeks ago,
Absolutely.
he knocked me a Micah out of GPO. He's taken games off of him as well, and it's like, oh, like like we haven't been able to catch them, but it's impressive. So
it very much is. ZvZ he's been living in the shadows for a while, definitely as a bit of that, as you said, mid-tier sort of player in the region. Definitely when he was in OSC with Demi, he was a little bit in Demi's shadow there. But ZvZ is a wild card. ZvZ can take out the best of players, and then he can lose to the worst of players. But no, that doesn't really happen that much.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like, because we're kind of in quarantine and stuff, like everyone's been playing more ZvZ. We were talking about MightyKiwi streaming. Like, ZvZ's been streaming a lot as well. Like, he's been playing a lot. To be fair, ZvZ does also do, like, a bit of variety streams as well. He doesn't just stick to StarCraft, but he's still...
Oh, if you could ever check out one of his drawing streams, that would be great. Those are great. But speaking of what's great, and speaking of ZvZ, going for that early +1 and bailing nest, ZvZ, we were talking about this a little bit a while ago. It's been a while since we casted ZvZ. I actually don't remember if this is what he goes for often or not. But I do vaguely remember ZvZ being a very Lingbane kind of player, similar to
I mean, you know, with +1 melee on the way, like this does signify that Vivid is going to be extremely aggressive, especially with his Lings. But it did get scouted immediately by MightyKiwi, so I don't know, I'm a little bit worried. We do have Banes on the way.
That we do, but it's for the wrong player right now, or at least, yeah, for the wrong player right now. Going into Roaches behind us, that's an interesting choice, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. Everything's getting surrounded right now. The Banelings are starting edge in. And now, where are the Zerglings for Vivid? There they are, but they're about to die to a Baneling.
Nice bluff.
Good surface area here.
Oh god, the middle of the line! Split! The splits are kind of there! Well,
MightyKiwi is also a little bit unsure of what he wants to go for, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. There are just way too many Lings right now for MightyKiwi. I don't think Vivid can really pull out of this.
Yeah, I mean, again, Vivid, he went for that +1 melee, but he also went for a Roach Warren as well, so kind of indecisive himself, and now, oh my god, the Banes get into middle lines, 12 workers. Oh my god.
But this is pretty good drone drilling, is able to surround the remaining Lings, but now the Banelings are out. GG is called. MightyKiwi gonna quickly be taking game. What did I press? Taking game number 1.
GG. Oh my god, like that was just in an instant. MightyKiwi, he scouted what was happening, he just went in for it, and Vivid was kind of caught with his pants down. Like he had a Roach Warren on the way, but he was also like taking up as well, like being a little bit greedy, and because of that, you know, his Baneling Nest was a little bit later than he would have liked to have been, right? You know, he had +1 on the way before the Baneling Nest, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Which seems like a little bit of an odd order of buildings, a build order, if you will. But he might have just been banking on the fact that I think he did see MightyKiwi go for that third base and just was hoping that MightyKiwi would hang back for a while, but that's not something you ever want to assume in a ZvZ.
Yeah, like it's so risky, and I think that's kind of what we have to boil it down to. Like Vivid, he was just taking a risk, right? Like trying to be greedy with his tech, and in ZvZ you can just die to Ling Bane. Like if your Baneling Nest is delayed for that long.
Yeah, you can't really have the Ling Bane without the Baneling Nest.
Yeah, I feel like a great person once said something about that. Like you can't Ling Bane without Bane, right?
Yeah, something along those lines.
All right, we're just setting up the lobby.
I'm just looking at chat.
What was happening in chat?
To quote Steele, less than 5 minutes for the first copy pasta. I feel like this channel is finally becoming a proud of a proper Twitch chat.
Specifically, the ESL OCE cups are just full of copy. I don't know why. I'm okay with it. I've accepted it. Yeah, that's gotta be it.
It is. And speaking of uncles, here he is. Wait, he's not part of Uncle Gaming. But he might have been. I don't presume. In the top right-hand corner map, swinging in the top right-hand corner of Everdream LE. LE, of course, standing for Lethargic Extra. Lethargic Extra. That's when you have an extra, right? And you're into lethargy and whatnot. It is going to be our blue teal Zerg, all the way from the lands of New Zealand, representing Mindfreaks SC. It is MightyKiwi. Is he a bird or is he a fruit?
Could be both. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the Australian Zerg representing himself as well as OSC Elite. We have Vivid. We got a lot of Lings on the way.
Yeah, that we do.
This could not be a short series.
Not quite a stupid amount of Lings yet, but a lot of Lings regardless. They are They're making
There's-
their way across the map.
Yeah,
All right,
there's
now we
more
got
links on the way.
super
Yeah.
lanes. Now we
Yeah,
got
all right, so Vivid, he spots it with his overlords. He knows that this is happening. He also knows that he went hatch first, so he's not in the best position. How will he be able to react though? Is he
drone drilling is the only thing he can really do, but
is he gonna just
Will it
forfeit his
even-
natural? Like, I feel like he
that's
can't.
the best course of action here.
Yo, he's going for it. He's pulling the boys.
This is very risky right now. Okay, here comes this initial split, but it's the drones are still roughly together. There's a very delicate dance that both players are doing, but Vivid has way more to lose here than MightyKiwi does. So we kind of see MightyKiwi playing.
Oh no, no, he's not surrounded.
The Lynx do get surrounded, and the drones get split up. This is not looking too good right now, late for our Australian player.
I mean, so far Vivid is only down 2 workers. But if he loses his natural, then the pro pool is for nothing. Like, the queens are gonna pop out, but I don't think it's gonna be in time. The natural's gonna go down.
Well, and that's pretty much all she wrote. Vivid is still hanging in there. He knows his tournament life is on the line. And honestly, this position is not the worst position to come back from. It's difficult,
I mean,
but
not
impossible.
It's not impossible. You're not completely dead. You can definitely, try and, I don't know if transition is the right word, but you can try and just go all in from this and try to end the game. But MightyKiwi, he's already got a spine on the way. Like, he knows that, okay.
He knows a counterattack is coming for him.
Yeah, exactly. The way that Vivid would win is if MightyKiwi was like too greedy behind this, or maybe was like taking up really quickly. And as we say that, like, a second gas and a lair is on the way from Vivid, so we could be seeing like some one-base roaches, maybe even a Nidus.
I feel like it's probably the best bet in this scenario, like something that can really blindside MightyKiwi.
I like this.
MightyKiwi was preparing for a Lin counterattack, but now it's gonna have to be something else entirely. There's no vision in that main base.
I like this so much just because MightyKiwi. Yeah, he's got a wall at the front, he's got spines, he's got queens, like, he's investing a lot in this wall. A Nidus is going to completely bypass this. It's going to go straight into the main base with Vivid's queens. He might even, like, make some spines in the main as well, like, with some drones. Like, he could do a lot. And the lair is just about to finish up, and again, we haven't seen a Roach Horn, so it's probably going to be Nidus. Oh, wait, but this is a natural.
That's for MightyKiwi. Wait, that was a natural.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's a natural.
Vivid, are you... Vivid.
Okay, I mean...
Vivid, are you... Okay. I get what you're going for, Vivid. I get it. I like it. I like it, Vivid.
There's a reason why I kept bringing up Roach Horn, because he had a second gas. I'm like, you don't need 2 gases just for a Nidus, right? Like, this doesn't make sense. One base muta?
That's what I like to see coming out from our Australian Zerg player. Remind us, he was on the same team as Demi, but I don't think Demi ever went this early with the mutas.
I honestly have never seen this. I've never seen this as a response to getting your natural denied. One base?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
I mean, if you think about it, what does MightyKiwi have in terms of anti-air right now? 3 queens.
3 queens.
Three queens.
That's it. That's all you got.
That's it.
No, and they be thick. They waddle, man. It takes them a while to get from base to base.
They do. Mutas are some of the best harassment units just because of their mobility. How quickly they can go from one base to another. Roaches, they don't really... Not roaches. Queens, they don't really do that as much. Alright, once again, MightyKiwi is not prepared for this. 4 mutas are starting to come out. But you know what? This is something that Vivid absolutely has to do damage with. Otherwise, he's not going to be in the game for much longer behind that. Moving along here, we do start to see MightyKiwi starting to set up his defenses over at that 3rd base. But it's not really what is necessary here. He, again, just doesn't realize that it's going to be mutas. Now I think he does, though. Yep, there we go. A Overlord just got sniped and 4 spores of getting thrown down. Counterattack is, well, not really a counterattack, but the move out from MightyKiwi is coming in response to Vivid. It's 4 mutas are slowly trying to really deny overlords at this point. There's a Hydralisk then, so MightyKiwi is reacting to this about as well as one could. And now it's a story of 4 mutas versus a heck of a lot of roaches, and my money in this case would be with the roaches, I can tell you that. Vivid is slowly starting to recover. He's still playing from behind. His third base not about halfway done, whereas MightyKiwi already has it saturated. But it seems like it's actually starting to stabilize. Now, this does mean that MightyKiwi, when the inevitable big fight does happen, MightyKiwi is still going to be at a really big advantage. Just look at that +2 already being researched, +2 range that is. And this third is going to be denied. This could very well just mean the end of the game of this series right now, considering Vivid went for 10 drones, thinking fairly wrongly that he was safe in this scenario. But when you have this many roaches out, mutas cannot kill them fast enough. You start to see the roaches coming into the middle line, surrounds the queens, going straight for the drones, but good body blocking by Vivid on top of the ramp. Gonna be isolating these roaches out. They are sturdy units, and there's not a lot of defense here for Vivid, but they are starting to take out a couple of units and workers left and right. That's 17 have already gone down. And 18 even. We might get 19? 19? Nope. 18 it is. And MightyKiwi once again is gonna
this is
the advantage.
This is looking kind of rough for Vivid. I just came back and there are 10 Hydralisks on the way, plus range as well. So these Mutalisks, they've got a huge task ahead of them, and I don't know if they're going to be able to do much. To be fair, the Hydras are in the middle of the map, so Mutas could make their way around, but she also needs them for defense as well.
These Mutas have to find some way to sneak into bases. They need to be the harassment unit that Mutalisks were meant to be, but he has no choice right now. He has to fight the army of MightyKiwi. There's nothing on the ground for Vivid. His only army are these Mutalisks and some Lings that are already getting sniped out. Alright, let's start to go in, and GG is called. Hold up.
I'm holding.
MightyKiwi gonna be advancing to the quarterfinals.
GG. I was not expecting the series to go that way when I first saw it, but you know what? I'm okay with it. I've been exposed to something new, and I don't know if it's for the better or the worse. So.
I like it. I think the game would have stabilized eventually going on that path if Vivid was a bit more vigilant in terms of his defenses, because I don't think you were here at the time, Light, but about 8 roaches, I want to say, maybe 10, came in, sniped the third base, went into the middle line. The Mutalisks could not kill them fast enough.